This is the first time I've ever lost a video. I've looked everywhere and I have no idea where it is, so I can't show you how this started, but this is the 20-inch table I'm doing. I can only describe to you what I started with, which was 72 ounces of deep pour epoxy. Okay, that's what, let me get this reflection out of here. Hold on a second. Get that reflection out of there. 72 ounces of deep pour epoxy. Had glitter in it. This one here. Very pretty glitter. Still really upset I lost this video. I can only describe what I did. These beautiful markings you see in here were epoxy. They were alcohol ink, turquoise, blue, and white. And I had a layer of mica powders in here. A green. I could show you that. Let me just go back over here for a minute. Let me just show you what I used. Okay, here's my mica powders that I used. I used Baltic Day Maya, Pure Soul Wild Corn Flour, Space. These are all Baltic Day. And Aqua. It's all Baltic Day. So those were laid in to that piece with separating the deep pour into sections. I also used Bombay Aqua ink in the initial epoxy, which made that beautiful color that you're seeing there. Then I did the alcohol inks, and then I did another 24 ounces of epoxy with all the mica powders I showed you, and they were poured in separate cups, deep pour epoxy in layers. I'm just really upset I lost this video because I wanted it as a reference for myself. Anyhow, I'm gonna just save this to Google Photos as soon as I finish making it. Make sure this one doesn't disappear. So next will be another layer of deep pour epoxy. And I was thinking of putting in these skins. But I don't know. I like this so much the way it looks already. I might skip the skins and just keep layering in layers of epoxy with alcohol inks and mica powders, because it really made this really beautiful effect. And then a layer of, at the end, using ocean white epoxy resin pigment to make a wave across it. Might keep it real simple. I might put a couple of my fish in there though, and we'll see. I'm just really not happy with losing the video, and I'm going to add some of these along the edge. I actually saw this in the video and then it disappeared, so I don't know where it went. Looked everywhere. Okay, so that's it for now. This stuff happens, but you know, we're going to keep going with this. I think it's going to be a beautiful, beautiful table. To be continued. So this piece is actually hard enough to put my next layer. And according to the deep pour calculations, which are 2 parts A to 1 part B, I'm going to put 40 ounces of A and 20 of B, which should bring me under here. So this should be a good size. I'll need 2 of these 10s because I don't have a 20. I only have an 18. It has to be precise, so I'll do 2 20s of the B and pour them into the A. And then I'm going to have several of these ready. To make up different colors. Because I think I have decided not to put in the skins and to make it just with mica powders and alcohol inks and the white resin, as I might put some of my fish in this layer. And then it will take another coat of regular tabletop epoxy, which I have, to finish this off. So let's hope that it doesn't screw up the video again like it did last time. That's why I'm explaining everything. Okay, so let's get started. Okay, first I'm going to mix the epoxy. So I also have to get ready some of these glass pieces that I'm going to be adding in. Some of this beautiful blue glass too. I've got my glitter all ready over here too. My mica paints are all ready. Everything should be ready before you ready to pour, before you pour in. Okay, so I think I'm ready to make the division into the different cups here. That we're seeing here, yeah, these different cups. Before we put into there, I got to divide the epoxy into the different cups. So just go around the side one more time, make sure it's mixed well. It's very, very important. It won't cure properly if it's not mixed well. This is deep pour epoxy. It could take up to 72 hours to cure. That only took 24, which probably because this room was so hot. So let's begin to divide this, because it's going to be different colors. Okay. Just put that in here for now. Doesn't want to stand up. Okay. Carefully. I'm not going to put glitter until the very last pour, which is another one. The regular pour epoxy. So I'm going to put some of this in here. Careful. I don't let it tip when I do this. 1. Can you see what I'm doing? And 2. I don't know if I'm going to use equal amounts. Because one of the colors at the top is probably not going to be as... I'm going to put less in this one. And I will use this. About that much should be good for that one. Okay. Now I'm going to stir in all the mica colors. And that is going to mean a lot of stirring. So rather than have you see me do all that, just know I'm going to be adding now. I might, yeah, okay. So, okay. I'm going to shut this off for a second and think a minute. Okay, so I've put into this one 6 drops of the Bombay Aqua. Okay. And I'm going to begin with that as the first pour. At the top, add the alcohol ink drops when I get there. And then, okay, that I believe is stirred enough. Now I'm going to, not to worry about changing the color changing. So I'm going to put in here the next blue, which is going to be this blue. Let me see. I might use a stronger blue. Hold on a second. Okay, I have time. It's okay. See ya. Okay, so now I'm going to put in this blue, and I'm going to just use a little stick to put in about a good scoop. I want the color to be pretty strong. So let's start with 2 and mix it in. Mica you want to mix in very well, or you'll have like sandy particles if you don't. Okay, so now we're going to put in this nice dark color, blue. I gave you all the colors the other day. It's Baltic wild cornflower. So I'm going to put a couple of nice scoops in there. I want it pretty strong. So I'm going to mix that in. And it's darker, so I'm not worried about the other one going in with it. The same stick. Okay, so I'm going to have to mix this again another minute or 2. Make sure all these particles along the edge are into the epoxy and dissolved. Room's got good ventilation. That's why you hear the birds singing and the cars and all that stuff, because I'm in the garage. And with epoxy, you want some really good ventilation, or wear a mask. Yeah, good idea to wear a mask for the mica as well as the epoxy. I do not have a mask on today because I'm talking, and also because I've got really good ventilation going. Okay. So that's a beautiful, beautiful blue. I think that's going to work really well. I'm probably not going to use my skins at this point. I think it's I might use my fish, but because I love the way the effects I'm getting with the alcohol ink and the epoxy, I think it's going to be beautiful just that way. Okay, now that I've got these guys ready, I'll move them over to here. And over to there. I think was that the only 3 colors I was going to make up. Okay. So, I'll bring my camera over. I think you can see this now. I'm going to put the clear at the top first. And in this clear, I am going to add some glitter. Yes. In the clear, I am going to add some glitter. Okay. My big sticks. Big sticks. Oh, see, there's a bunch of epoxy I've not made up yet, so I'm going to add a little glitter in here. Stir that in. My alcohol inks are out and ready. Not too much glitter. I don't want it overwhelmed with glitter. Okay, and I think I have to make up one more color that I forgot. So I'm going to put this on pause and make up a nice minty green. Okay, I'm going to make up some, put my rocks in my glass. Rocks in my glass in here. Make a nice paste with the epoxy. I'm going to have that ready to go in. Okay. That's a nice paste, because that will go in actually before anything else. Well, no, it won't go in before anything else actually. It'll go in, and I think it could use a dose of color in there too. I'm going to put a little bit of color in that too. Just a little bit of the aqua ink. Kind of taken over. All right. Okay. And in here, I'm going to put the lighter green. The pearlized green, that's the one I forgot. Yeah. And you put that in, a nice little scoop of that. And while I'm stirring it, I'll put it on pause. Okay, gonna bring these over there again. So there's a lot of preparation that goes into this, and it's really important you have everything ready. I don't always have everything ready, as you could tell. But, okay. I'm mixing up this beautiful minty green. So first I'm going to put in my clear at the top. Stirring it up good, make sure all that mica is dissolved. Get the bottom, get the sides. Make sure you don't forget your sides. Okay. Okay, these guys are all ready. So first thing is going to be this clear that's ready with the beautiful glitter in it. Not too much. Not too much. Alrighty. That's good. Okay. Okay, that's the first one there. Next is going to be the lighter green into that. This is basically my first video that I had done. The first time that disappeared, that video that disappeared. Basically disappeared. Oh yeah, this is lots of resin and it's going to bring it up a lot. Bring it up almost to the top. Then the lighter blue. And give it a stir. And that's going to bring me almost to the top of this table. I gotta be careful. I leave a little room at the top of this table, of this resin mold, for the last coat of regular tabletop. Let's see how far it's coming up. It's coming up pretty good. Pretty. Very pretty. Oh yeah. This is a deep pour resin, so it can do this. It can do this. The mold is only, well, the first layer already eliminated some of the depth. So that's good. I guess you could do this in regular epoxy if you do it in layers and let each layer cure. That is beautiful. Okay, so we're getting there. Here's the blue, the dark blue I want at the bottom. So that's going to bring up the level quite a bit. And it's just about going to leave enough room just for a coating of, that is gorgeous blue. Wow. That's already looking like ocean because of the different layers of color, different hues of color. All right, so I can swirl this a little with a stick. Just make it a little more of a oceany thing. So the last layer is where I'm going to do the waves with the white resin epoxy. So I have just, wow, just enough to put that last layer on this that they tell you have to seal it with. Colors are fantastic. And I'm going to do a little bit of alcohol ink at the top. Another cool effect. Yeah, I like how it even looks into the mica. It's really cool. Now I should have, I don't see any bubbles, but there's bubbles. I should have done that before the alcohol ink, because alcohol ink is flammable. So I'll do it down here, not up there where I put the alcohol ink. My gun is over there. Got excited. I don't think I'm just going to put my fish in. I don't think I'm going to put fast, very fast. Very fast. Okay. I don't think I'm going to put the skins. I think I love it just the way it is. And I'm going to put now some turquoise. It's going to make some cool effects, I think, also. Not too much, not too much. And some yellow into it. See what that's doing. It's pretty cool. It's really cool. Very cool. I think some of the dark blue. Dark blue. Whoa. Just reversing the water. Yeah, I really love these effects. I really don't think I'm going to put the skins in, but I will put the glass now that I mixed up. Okay. It's really cool. I think I don't want any more epoxy in there, I don't think, because the level's getting pretty high. At least from this end it looks high. But let me just put some of the glass. The glass is going to bring the level up also. Okay. That might have been maybe done, should have been done the last layer, but we'll see how much of that shows. Pushed away some of the color. It's kind of a cool effect. I really love what the alcohol ink is doing too. Yeah, I brought the level up quite a bit. And it's going to self-level. Can you see the colors? Aren't they gorgeous? Oh my goodness, I'm getting excited. I'm glad I didn't put the skins in, because the epoxy, the mica powder is doing some beautiful stuff. A little bit more here. I thought I was making too much up, but I wasn't. I could always add on my last layer another layer of this if it doesn't show up too much. I'm not going to put sand. I probably will put some of those wonderful starfish and seashells that I picked up at Tin City. Alright, that looks really good. I like this glass right there. I'm going to put another piece of that glass in. I really like the glass. So that was the right amount of epoxy for leaving one more shelf on top, one more layer that could be done on top. And since it's going to be a clear layer, this is probably what it's going to be looking like on the top. Now, I'm going to add some of these, because the other one's going to be a clear layer, so it won't cover this. Let me just move the rocks a little over on the side. And I'm going to put a couple more rocks in there. And just go get them. They're glass, actually. They're some kind of glass. Oh, almost touched them. Let's continue. So, since it's going to be just another clear coat on top of here, I'm going to finish this off with my embellishments, which will be some of these beautiful shells. Some nice shells. I decided to forego the sand and keep it more glassy looking. This is going to have another coat of I'm just going to put that right there, and then I'll drizzle. I don't want anything in the center because it's a table, so I don't want anything taking up too much room. Now adding these is making the level come up a little bit, so I gotta be careful because I need room for that last coat. Okay, I think that's the last one I'm going to put of those. Now just some light ones. Light ones towards the center. Light and small. Don't want to make it too busy. Yeah, need something here. Don't want to make it too busy. I don't want to make it too busy. And I also want to put some my little glass turtle. My little glass turtle mold. Nice. A couple of my stars. Right in here. Beautiful. I'm not worried about these sticking too much out at the top, as long as they're on the side here. And my last little fish. I'm that fish, turtle. That's it. I think that's enough. Maybe just one more. Small ones, just to fill in a little bit, but that's it. Getting very hot in here already. So I'll be out of here pretty soon, and then I've got to cover this with the food netting, or else the flies will, the gnats, flies, even birds come in here. They try to get into this. They love paint. Just because it smells. Guess they think it's food. Alright, right in there, I think. Okay, good. Okay. I think that's enough. I think that's enough. What do you think? I think that's enough. Now I'm going to just, I'm not going to torch it. I'm going to add a couple of my fish at the top and cover it. And it'll have to cure for 24 to 48 to 72 hours. So I'm going to put my fish in because I do think they will look cute. Cool. Cute, not cute, cool. I'm just going to set them at the top like this. I don't want them sinking down. The last coat of
well, she was supposed to be leaving at 5 a.m. this morning to go back to Boston because tomorrow morning she leaves for the Bahamas. They travel so much, it's crazy. But I sent her the article.
yeah, I like the fish. Definitely like the fish. Now those are made from skins. And, oops, see? Good. Now they don't have to be submerged because there's going to be another layer on top of this. Remember I told you that? Yeah. Okay. All right. I'll put this guy up here. And I think that is going to be my piece. I think that's going to be it. Wow. I think it's going to be a super looking table. What do you think? Okay, so I'm going to cover it right now. Now would be the time to add more ink, if that's what I want to do. And I love what it's doing up here. See, this is stuff it's just going to do. It's just going to do some cool things. There's some bubbles. They will grow. They will grow. Blue one in there. Two in there. Wow. And maybe one here. With a whoopsie. Picked up a piece of junk that was on the table. I gotta get that out right away. No problem. While it's soft like this, I can get it out pretty easily. Woo! Junk, junk, junk. Junk, junk. Okay. Oh, okay, I'm not sure if I like that, so let me swerve it a little. Break up some of its make it look more like a maybe a jellyfish coming down. That's cool. That's cool. That's cool. I think I'm gonna do the same thing with this one. Make it little jellyfishish coming down. But these will change. Everything's going to be changing. This is going to be changing. It's kind of got a mind of its own. It's going to be changing. As it cures, it will be changing. And that's okay. It's going to be stunning. And then when it gets cured in 24 to 48 to 72 hours, depending on the temperature of the room and everything. And I did put it on thicker than the last two coats, so it might take less time. I'm gonna get all this stuff off here so it's still level. Okay. And put the food thing on it, food cover, netting. Very important, because there will be mosquitoes and everything else trying to get in on this thing. Okay, what do you think? I'm not going to take it down for close-up. It's getting super hot in here already. I got in here, it's 83 in here already, and I got in here early in the morning, so just to avoid the heat. So I'm going to put the cover on it so it's protected. Very important. And I'll give you a close-up in a couple of days. Oh dear, I had this on before. Guess it's this way. I have a bigger one, but I think this one works better. Don't want to go in there. Don't want it touching the resin. We'll get stuck in there. Okay. This is good. This is good. This is good. It's not touching anything. Yay! Got my fish in. I'm excited. Okay. I'm going to close the camera off and see you in a couple of days with the unmolding. And then, of course, there's having to put the legs on. Haha, that's going to be fun. Bye for now.